Hello, fabulous superstar Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2023. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky. Now, boys, it's a special time. On the 14th of the month, we will have this month's new moon. And this is a very special new moon for the earth signs out there like yourself. This new moon takes place in fellow earth sign Virgo, a part of the sky for you that has to do with what you want in your heart of hearts in every area of life. It speaks to a sense of awakening as to happiness and joy and what that means for you. Fulfillment, especially creative fulfillment, is covered here, and the children in your life are here as well. So this new moon is part of a grand trine, meaning supremely harmonious energy. On the one hand, involving Pluto, and on the other, both Jupiter and Uranus in your sign, speaking in supreme harmony with that new moon as well. We do have Neptune across the sky, and so what this does is it sets up a larger configuration that astrologers call a kite formation. And this is very remarkable. It speaks to a time that can be heightened in its potential and its promise and the blessings and the new beginnings that feel like they put you in alignment with greater blessings that could show up for you at this time. Now, sometimes what it is that the universe has planned for us can be greater than what we plan for ourselves. I think that is going to be a characteristic of this energy, given that Neptune is across the sky from this new moon. And yet, and for all of that, it may just be a time like this that puts us on the pathway of something that feels massively beneficial. And so for you, this could be new creative projects that feel like a blessing, that may not be exactly what you thought they would be, or might not be exactly the expression you'd hoped, but can end up being tremendously rewarding for you. This could be a time when the children in your life do come into focus in a renewed way. You may need to approach things from a more grounded perspective, and yet there's such strength and blessings available to you at this time. It could be at this time that you are looking at happiness differently and wanting to align with it in a more genuine and meaningful way for you. Regardless, what takes place now, what begins for you now, especially where rooted in heart, rooted in what it is you really want, well, that's where the blessings can be that much more massive. Now, another layer of understanding to this part of the sky is luck and good fortune and windfalls. They are covered here as well. I just will invite you not to overdo it. And the reason I say that is because we've got such supremely harmonious energy that can give you a lot of faith. Then we've got Neptune across the sky as well. And that Neptune can suggest going way overboard, wasting of energies. So if you're going to gamble, is what it comes down to. If you're going to gamble, maybe strive to the best of your ability to be measured. Have fun, enjoy yourself, but there is that fine line between going way too far and stepping into a space of potential loss and really genuinely enjoying the moment. Where it is that you are genuinely enjoying exactly where it is that you are, well, that's where the windfalls become more likely for you now. And I would also add, it is possible that a child in your life ends up being the facilitator of a truly fortunate or lucky break for you. On the 29th of the month, we will have this month's full moon. The full moon takes place in the sign just before yours, a part of the sky that has to do with what's happening on levels of soul and psyche and spirit. A lot is taking place underneath the surface, but there isn't necessarily a lot of expression with this energy. And I say that because it is this full moon that is close in the sky to Chiron. And so that suggests vulnerability stirring very strongly. But there aren't any other really important celestial alignments taking place with this particular full moon. And that suggests that this could be a time when you just need more rest, where you're processing a lot of strong feelings but they're under the surface. And so you're processing them more on levels of energy, not necessarily intellectually, at least not just yet. It could be a time when you are coming to a place of acceptance of certain karmic closures that have taken place. Now, I always see this part of the sky as part of connecting deeply to an understanding that you have so much more yet to do in this lifetime. Even if you can't quite put your finger on exactly what the details are, exactly what that's going to look like, it is the faith, the knowing intuitively that sets the stage for aligning your own energy, knowing that, yes, there's a lot more that you have yet to do. This could also be a time of some emotional ups and downs, a little bit of a roller coaster for some Taurians out there. So if you know that you're given too strong emotion and that they do speak to needing to step up your self-care, well, this would be a good time to do just that as we are finishing up this month. Where blessings are set to find you, chances are they may just feel like they come out of nowhere. But I do think that a more likely scenario here is truly putting the past behind you. And in some cases, that's going to happen rather quickly. And I say this because, of course, we are in the larger Venus retrograde season now. Venus does go direct on the 3rd or 4th of the month, depending on where you are on the planet. But it is on the same day as that full moon late in the month that we get an exact alignment between Venus and Uranus. This is the 3rd exact connection, a key characteristic of the larger Venus retrograde season that is set to take place before Venus leaves shadow early next month. So I'll be here to talk about it every step of the way. But for now, remember, Venus retrograde season has taken place entirely with Venus moving through the foundation of your chart, having to do with your past and reconciling with your past. The fact that we get your ruling planet Venus connecting with Uranus does suggest a real surprise, a minute shock quality to what is playing out for you right now. And a lot of that might be rooted in your own realizations about self, about where you've been, about your past. This gives you a chance to really put the past there, to bring it to a healthy close. I think that it is going to be this Venusian placement, hand in hand with the full moon, that will ultimately help you to understand what chapters are done, but again, is also going to help you very deeply feel crystal clarity in an instant that you have so much more yet to do in this lifetime. But of course, this is Venus, goddess of love. So let's talk about this energy in the context of love. Big moments now as you start wrapping up the larger Venus retrograde season. Remember, Venus retrograde tends to represent a time when love and the past become connected. Now, for you, this has been that much more true because Venus has been moving through a part of the sky for you that has to do with your past. For those of you open to meeting someone new, if there's been any question, any reconnection, any sense that, oh, maybe you could, or complex feelings about where you've been before, I feel like there could be a major turning point for you as we get to the end of the month. That's really when you're seeing things very differently than you probably have, especially over the course of the larger retrograde season that we've been in since late June. That is a long time. But especially it was the last week of July that Venus officially went retrograde. Like I said, we'll officially go direct around the 3rd or 4th of the month. But this is a wake-up call moment that helps you to understand this journey that you've been on. Heart and past, and releasing any disappointments or uncertainties or nostalgia or imaginings about what was, so that you can be really present for love today. Whether that involves a turning point with someone from the past that leads you towards them or away from them. This is a time of truth. Where there are unresolved hurts, this is a time when they stir as part of releasing them rather quickly. And also, it is this full moon late in the month and the events that surround it that ultimately do set the stage for greater love than you've known before. So let yourself feel everything that you need to feel, knowing that the best is yet to be. For those of you just starting to date somebody, the energy towards the end of the month is the turning point moment. It is a wake-up call of sorts as to who this person is and where they've been and where you've been as well. There could be some surprise realizations around their past, or they may have a particular reaction around something related to your past, and that may not feel comfortable. However, this turning point moment, as we get to the end of the month, there's something very honest here. What wounds are bringing you to this moment? What sensitivity is being stirred within you? What is the truth of this person? How do you really feel about it? Does it work for you or not? Your answers are going to come and they're going to be crystal clear and very quickly at that. So embrace the opportunity now for realization, because it is as you come to that level of acceptance and knowing within yourself as to what has brought you here to this moment with this person. It'll help you to understand in the next instant whether or not this is someone to navigate forward with. The energy here is very all or nothing. For those of you in an established bond, what a remarkable time this can be. Now, in the context of established bonds, a lot of the focus is the love that feels safe, the love at home, the love that you share in the quieter moments. Where your relationship is strong, well, some of the more surprise energy gives a spontaneous opportunity to bring the two of you closer, for genuine healing to occur. But where it is that you've had doubts as to whether or not you're in the right relationship for you, all of that comes right to the surface, rushing to the surface in some cases very quickly. But there is some truth in all that you may be feeling as we navigate to the end of the month. And it might not necessarily be what you think. Either that truth is going to lead you to a depth of appreciation and understanding that perhaps you've been seeing things a certain way, but now you're ready to really have a depth of compassion with this person that you love. However, it could also be an invitation or a reminder that compassion and love begins within, and that maybe showing love towards yourself would lead you to make certain choices that are right for you. This is a chance to listen, to understand what choice you really want to make. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a valuable and meaningful astrological moment. I am going to say, well, I do love the energy of that new moon. It is so fortunate. It is a kite formation that's happening now. And that kite formation means a larger configuration that is quite the blessing. There's just enough tension to make it count for something, thanks to the opposition of Neptune. Don't try to tell the universe too much exactly what you think it's supposed to be. However, when a lucky break arises and you feel the inspiration, run with it, give your all to it. And chances are you will feel a sense of good fortune, a sense of a windfall that comes about as a result of trusting yourself and taking a big positive step forward. Well, thank you so much for watching. September 1st is my 17-year anniversary as a full-time astrologer. And every year I have a 24-hour biggest sale of the year over on my website, NadiyaShah.com. Make sure you're following me on social media. Every 6 hours we launch incredible once-a-year discounts. I hope you absolutely love them. And thank you for your love and support all these years. Now, if you want to know and you want to get a video just like this one each and every week for each and every sign, log on to NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, where you get expanded exclusive video scopes for all signs for as low as just $3 a month with choose your membership rate. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.